Hello guys, welcome back to yet another video. So even OnePlus 12R have started receiving the Feb security patch which brings few fixes and camera improvements. In this video, we'll talk about all the changes what you guys gonna see on OnePlus 12R, and this is the second update after the device release. So now without wasting any more time, let's get started. Here I have my OnePlus 12R. I've already updated this device yesterday. Let me show you the software information. If you go to Android version, now you can see we have a security patch of 5th Feb 2024, and if you see the version is now .500. I received the update over the air, and you can see the update size was also quite huge, which is around 1.23 GB, which brings some changes and fixes layer to system, communication and the camera application. So we have clicked some photos after the update, and we'll see if there are any kind of improvements or not. Also, if you guys haven't received the OT update, I'll try to provide the file in the description below. You can do a manual upgrade. And now before starting ahead, if you guys like content and if you think it's useful for you guys, then make sure to smash that like button and also consider subscribing to our channel. So you guys have already seen the change logs. When it comes to system changes, they did upgrade the security patch, and later they say they have improved the system stability and performance. So for that we have the benchmark scores before and after, and we also tested out BGMI after this update. I'll show you guys all the details. First let's talk about the benchmarks, and all the tests were performed in the high performance mode. When we talk about Geekbench application, we did not see much of difference. You can see the side-by-side results before and after update. It's almost similar. There's no difference at all. With Antutu benchmark application, slight improvements can be seen, but it's still in the range of 14 lakhs. On the previous build, scores were 14,67,693. On this latest build, it's close to 15 lakh, which is 14,92,809. And using Wildlife Extreme Stress Test, on the previous build, stability scores were 67.5, but on this latest build, stability scores are close to 68%. And if you see the battery drain on previous build and this build, so on this build, we noticed only 10% of battery drain, but on the previous build, it was close to 12%. Temperature wise, both had similar rise in the temperature, starting from 25 degrees Celsius to 39 degrees Celsius, and frame rates were also same, which is from 12 FPS to 27 FPS. So overall, it looks that stability has been improved with the latest build, and slight performance improvements can also be seen. And we also tested out BGMI with FPS meter, and there also we noticed, because when we did the initial impression video of OnePlus 12R, there were little bit of frame drops to be seen, but now device was constantly delivering 90 FPS in BGMI also. And the gaming performance was also quite smooth. I did not have any kind of issues while playing BGMI. Still, a full review will be coming very soon. So if you guys have any kind of questions related to OnePlus 12R, I will be soon dropping the in-depth review. Because both the phones like OnePlus 12 and 12R, they both have got the update related to fixes and improvements. And now it's the right time to release the review video. Average FPS was around 82. And if you see the graph, after the initial drops, like when we start the TDM or any match, that time only we saw the dips, but later on device did maintain close to 89 FPS throughout the testing. But only one thing which OnePlus is not able to fix, and that's the temperature related issues. Device do reaches the temperature close to 40 degrees Celsius. But till now, even at 40 degrees Celsius, we don't see frame drops. I mean, device doesn't switch to 60 FPS while gaming. After that, OnePlus also claims to fix some issues which were causing some apps to crash. I personally had no issues related to app crashes on my OnePlus 12R, so I can't say much about it. But if you guys had, do let me know in the comment section below. One thing which I noticed that they have fixed, and that's a fingerprint related issues. In past, I was using this device as my primary phone, and that time I did notice little bit of issues while unlocking the device. But after this update, I don't see any kind of issues unlocking the device with fingerprint unlock. It unlocks instantly. Soon I tap on the fingerprint sensor. Then related to communication, they did improve the network stability. Here also I have never faced any kind of issues. After that, talking about the camera changes, so first of all, let me show you the camera app version. I forgot to take the screenshot of the previous version. Now the version is 007.146. The version is slightly higher than OnePlus 12. So when talking about the camera improvements, they did improve the performance for better user experience and improve the stability of the camera. Stability wise, I never saw any kind of issues, but I did click some pictures after this update, and there I did notice slight improvements compared to the previous build. Now colors are more accurate when I click the pictures using the main camera, and the white balancing is also too good. The darker areas are also quite visible now, and a nice separation between the darker and the brighter areas can be seen after this update. Dynamic range, HDR processing, everything looks fine. I did click some pictures directly facing the sun, so here you can see the HDR processing is too good now after this update. But one issue which I have been noticing, like for example, if I am directly taking the photo of sun, we can see that flare, and this started to happen after this update. It wasn't to be seen on the previous build, and this flare issue we also noticed while clicking the pictures in low light conditions, and you can clearly see that in these pictures a good amount of flare around the lights present. I personally don't like the experience of nightscape photography on OnePlus smartphones. it's not that good if you compare with other brands. And another thing is like, I have not seen OnePlus smartphones doing that good when we try to click pictures in portrait mode and if you have a pet or any animal in the frame. The edge detection isn't that good. We have seen in past that Google camera does a great job even while taking animal portraits. Overall slight improvements can be seen when we click pictures of a human subject, and now the background blur doesn't look artificial unlike before. In our initial impression video, we did try out some pictures with the aperture of f2.0, but there was too much of background blur which used to feel artificial blur effect. But now that thing have been fixed, skin tones are good, and selfies also looks improved when it comes to dynamic range, HDR, and the skin tone. So guys, these are all the changes what you guys gonna see with the latest update for OnePlus 12R. If you guys have any kind of questions, you can let me know in the comment section below. This is your friend Ashok signing out. See you guys in the next video.